Good morning, students. The topic that we are going to discuss today is rules for faster comprehension. Almost all competitions these days have this section, reading comprehension. Whether it is UPSC exams or SSC exams, we have the comprehension passages. They varies. In some exams there are 4 passages, somewhere there are 2 passages, and somewhere there may be 5 passages. Let us begin with the meaning of comprehension. Comprehension means to understand a passage as is written by the author. But what actually the students do is, there is a comprehension gap. What is written and what is being understood by the student, there is a difference, a gap. So our purpose will be to overcome this gap. We have to read comprehension passage in such a way that it seems to us that we have written it. The data that are given, the main idea that it contains, the facts that are given in the passage, they have to be understood clearly. Then we are going to excel in these sections. As we have discussed with some students, we have come to know that they get less time for comprehension passage. So what shall we do to provide them more time for it? So we have to understand certain rules to do better in this area. We begin with the first rule, read more. If we want to be good at comprehension skills, definitely we have to read more. What type of material we should read? I think first is reading of editorials of newspaper. You can read The Hindu, The Times of India, Indian Express, or Hindustan Times. There are many newspapers. The most important section of them is editorial. Sometimes it may be business page for the student appearing for aptitude test of the management in schools. So cultivate this habit of reading. Unless we read more in volume, we cannot be good in this section. I know very well that this is a section where you can do 95% and more correct. So what type of material you have to read? The topics that most often comes in comprehensions are about economics. You know, economy of the country affects it a lot. So we must go through the topics related to economy. It may be inflation, it may be deflation, it may be stagflation, it may be changing of the currency. So what is the reason behind reading newspapers? It is that the most current events are being discussed in it. Because in examination they pick up the topics which are the activities going in India. For example, Clean India. This is the step that has been taken by our Prime Minister. So this topic may come in various forms. Then comes environment. There are environmental issues in a country. The weather of the country, of the globe is fast changing. So we have to take some steps to check the growing pollution in the country, in the world. Then some topics are issue-based topics. For example, you can go for spiritual topics dealing with metaphysics. What God is, from where human being comes, where he goes after death. What is soul? So there are many questions on this aspect. Then we can go for photobiology. What is photobiology? You may have not read this topic. So photobiology is the effect of sunlight on human moods, human behavior. You can go on topics on fiction. Fiction is something we can imagine about. So it may be about the heavenly bodies, it may be about universe. So it may be related to earth, new phenomena. So photobiology. We can go for the political happenings in the country. For example, you have seen the formation of government in Maharashtra at present. So various topics you can read, the latest one. Then we can go for novels. I think it is the best way of improving the reading speed. Some students, they say that they could not get much time for reading. So if they want to enhance their speed of reading, then you can go for reading of novels, because they are easy to understand, they are easy to read. That is one of the best ways of increasing reading speeds. Actually, as far as tackling the comprehension is concerned, the speed of 100 words or 150 words per minute is a slow speed. So if you want to excel in comprehension passages, then we should have at least the speed of 500 words per minute. So if you increase up to that mark, you can do better in this section. Let us take the rule number 2. Read for main ideas. Whenever we start reading a passage, if you read the first 4 lines of the passage, you come to know about the main idea of the passage. What this passage is about. Is it about human psychology? If it is, then how human being thinks, how he behaves, how he behave in social groups, how he behave at home. So you will see the various aspects of human mind. So go for the main ideas. Every piece of writing, every passage, every book is about the main ideas. For example, you are attending this class. So what is the main idea? The main idea is rules for faster comprehension. How we can then do fast? How can we do or give a better performance in comprehension? This is the main idea here. So whenever you read, go for the main ideas. Now we go to rule number 3. Budget your time. You know, time is a very important parameter. Unless we budget our time, we cannot succeed in this area. For example, you take in CDS we have 5 passages, and each passage have 5 questions. So you can go for 25 minutes in this section. 25 questions, so 25 minutes. Or you can say 5 passage, so 5 into 5 goes 25 minutes. So don't take more than that. Besides deciding for the time, we can see the paragraphs. Sometimes there are paragraphs where we feel comfortable, where we feel good to attempt them. But sometimes there are paragraphs which we feel difficult, a topic quite unfamiliar to us. So in that case, we can leave that passage and go ahead with the easier passage first, because it will boost our confidence, and it is one of the principles of learning also. Going from easier to hard section of the paper, or going from easy comprehension passage to going to hard comprehension passage. This will help us in saving time, because if out of 5 passages you have already attempted 3 passages, so you have a confidence that you have done 3 passages, that is 60%. So budgeting time is very important. For example, if you are reading a bestseller at home, so there also you have to decide that you have to complete the book in 2 days, or a book in 5 days, or a book in fortnight. So you have to decide, because unless you fix your target, you cannot achieve that. Because by reading, we are developing a capability, we are developing an ability to do the passages in specified time. So let us go for more rules. The next rule is spare time for reading every day. You know, some students do not have the habit of reading. Some do not like reading. But since it is an integral part of our competitive exams, so we have to do it. Because winners like to do what they are supposed to do. So for reading, you have to spare time. It has to become a ritual for you. Every day we spare time for eating, we spare time for reading, for sleeping, and for doing different chores at homes. So why not we spare time for reading? It has to be done every day. It has to be a habit. It has to be a ritual. So that will lay a solid foundation for excelling at comprehension passage. So keep on doing this. The more you practice, the better you become. Rule number next, develop habit of immediate concentration. It has been observed that when students try to attempt the comprehension passage, they are unable to concentrate. In the beginning, their mind dawdles. It goes here and there. They are unable to find the main idea. They are unable to concentrate. They think to tackle a lot, but are unable to focus their mind at a specific point. So if you want to develop concentration, first tell your mind that you are totally free. You have no work to do. And what I am going to do is very important. If you tell this to your mind, definitely your concentration will improve. Beside this, you can go for some yoga exercise. You can go for sports. This will relax your mind. This will sharpen your mind, and you will be able to concentrate faster. Again, a habit to be developed. Even in our life, we have to concentrate on our target, on our goal. Then only we can achieve. So here we have a goal to be better at comprehensive abilities. Rule number next, read purposefully. You know, different people, they are reading, but they are not reading purposefully. If you see a student preparing for competitive exams, he should have a purpose. Here we have a purpose to perform better in comprehension section. For example, in CAT, 70% comprehension part is there, and in 30% they have cloze test, idioms, and sequencing. So again, they lay the stress on comprehension. Actually, why we have kept comprehension section in almost all exams? The reason behind this is a world of communication. We have to communicate orally, we have to comprehend in written. So, the orders or command from the higher authority will come to you, and you have to convey that, you have to comprehend that to the next people working under you. So comprehension has become very important. So reading purposefully we were talking about. So here your purpose is to find the right answers to the questions given after passage. Sometimes the synonyms are given, sometimes antonyms are given, sometimes the question is related to the title of the passage, sometimes what is the main essence or crux or the theme of the passage is asked. Sometimes a question being on true and false is asked. So they are the various ways, and above all the type of question that is asked these days. Which of the following is not as per the author's view? Which according to the author is not true? So question based on not are coming. So here comprehending to the best of your ability is important. So concentrate on what is being asked, and you have to concentrate till the last line, because in some paragraphs it has been seen that you get the crux at the end. You see, there are certain questions, say the first question, it will be only answered unless and until you finish the passage. So you are unable to get the answer. So finish the complete passage and then you can answer. Now going to further rules. Decimating assumptions. A very important rule. If you start assuming, definitely your answers will be wrong. In competitive exams, we have to have high accuracy. Assumptions. You cannot say, I think the answer is this. I think the answer should be this. No. You have to read the passage thoroughly. You have to go for main idea of the passage. You have to avoid assumptions. After questions, 4 options are given. Now here are 2 ways of doing the questions. Either you know by reading the passage that answer C is correct, or you prove A as wrong, B as wrong and D as wrong. Again you come to the right answer C. So assumptions of any type should not be there. We have a lot of knowledge about different topics, and sometimes it happens that the topic that has come, you already know about it. But the knowledge we have, we should not answer on that. We have to concentrate on the passage. We have to infer from the passage. What are the facts? What is the inference that we can draw from the passage? Accordingly, we must answer. If there is no data regarding to the question asked, then definitely your answer will be the data is insufficient, or it cannot be answered, or it is not given in the passage. But when you want knowledge, you are not going to attempt the question. So no assumptions in comprehension. Find the answer out from the passage itself. Then the accuracy of answer increases. Going from the next rule, develop a sense of urgency. Actually, we are under time pressure. We have to attempt the passage according to the time we have kept for different sections. So unless and until you develop a sense of urgency, you cannot complete. Suppose if out of 25 questions, you have attempted only 10 questions and they are correct. What about the rest 15? I think you could have gone for 12, you could have gone for 15, 18, 20. So that's why we required sense of urgency. Sense of urgency is a natural pressure that we create on our mind to attempt more questions. But you have to keep accuracy into mind. If you base the answers on assumptions, those questions answers will be wrong. So in that case, you are a losers. So avoid assumptions and cultivate the habit of urgency. So here your speed will be more and you will be able to do more questions correctly. Then we come to next rule, challenge your comprehension. In the beginning, we were taking more time to read the passage. In the beginning, we were taking more time to understand the main idea of the passage. In the beginning, we were doing more questions as wrong. In the beginning, we were assuming from our own side while answering. So we have to discard all these things. We are challenging our previous performances. We are trying to do better than earlier performances. We are becoming competitive. For example, when I began reading, I was a very slow reader. But with time, I challenged myself and my reading speed increased with time. I began with 100 words per minute, and today my speed is around 1500 words per minute. Somewhere it is 2200 per minute. It depends upon the passage I am reading. You know, some topics are ticklish, some are easy and interesting. So your reading speed varies. So it all has happened that I wanted to challenge my comprehension. In the beginning, I used to think that if I speed faster, my comprehension will become poor. But the opposite happened. The faster I read, the faster I was good at comprehension. So it is up to you, it is up to your efforts that you put to become faster in comprehension. I am sure if you follow these rules, you will become better in comprehensions. In the coming classes, we will go for more rules for faster comprehension. That is going to change your conception about, your perception about comprehension passages entirely. Because the tips that I am providing you will change your perception and you will be excelling. I am dead sure that if you go as per these rules, you will like to attempt this section of comprehension first. So, to be good at comprehension is an art that need to be cultivated with time. Beside this, I will like to give one more suggestion. When I said you read more, so you can go for autobiographies of different people. You can go for bestsellers. Actually, bestsellers are the books which are read by 5 million, 10 million and more people. So definitely, these are the books which have some important idea, which have changed the life of these people. For example, I would like to suggest one such book, that is Who Moved My Cheese. This book is about change. Actually, what we want to do, I want to bring change in your comprehension skills, in your developing your abilities of comprehension skills. So we humans are actually change leaders, and we have to bring this change in ourselves in order to excel. The faster you bring these changes, the faster you do better in life. So if you get time, please go through this book, Who Moved My Cheese. Although this book comes in Hindi also, but I would like you to read in English. A very easy to understand book, Who Moved My Cheese. I wish you success in the coming attempts. Thank you.